Hey guys, it is ChaosFX back once again with a very short video on this one. This is going to concern cubing in PvP. This is something that is not widely addressed, but having played 3,000 games, some in basic, some in expert, some in practice. I guess it doesn't record the practice one, so I have played a lot more than 3,000 actually. But I can tell you with pretty much certainty how cubing and awakening works in PvP. Alright, so the general community has different things. I mean, you'll go to one room and a Asura will awaken on you and kill you, and you'll be like, hey, that seemed kinda mean, I'm level 20. And then you'll go to the next room and you'll bring your level 40 character in, and a level 60 will tell you, you stupid cuber, you can't win without your cubes. And so it's really confusing because the etiquette is not really standardized, and so I'm not going to try to standardize that today. I'm just going to let you know what the logic behind a lot of it is. For one, I do pick on weapon masters a lot, and I'm going to continue. That is not because so much. Well, Dale reminds me of one, obviously, but it's also because there are a lot of weapon masters in PvP. If you were to take all the weapon masters in PvP and all the let's see, who else is really popular? Rangers, Spitfires, I guess Exos. No, not really Exos so much as Monks. Yeah, Monks. So, Monks, Weapon Masters, throw some Rangers and some Spitfires in there, and you pretty much have a party. That is pretty much everybody in PvP, so you'll eventually find, you know, you'll fight a mech, and you'll be like, oh man, a mech, awesome, but I haven't ever fallen, so I don't know what to do. Anyway, cubing is what we're talking about today. Basically, I had a really good match with a high-level weapon master. He was like level 60. That was the guy I was saying was amazing at the game. And he mentioned cubing, and I said, well, you know what? Launchers don't really have a lot of good non-cube moves. I got this move. That's great for damage. How do you set that up? It's got really short range, technically. I mean, I have to see them on the screen in order to use it, which is not really launcher style. I mean, Stare hits him from all the way over there. So Stare has a cooldown, Gatling has a cooldown, Laser has a cooldown, Flamethrower has a cooldown, or Fire Pillar, I keep calling it the wrong one. Fire Pillar has a cooldown, Cannonball has a cooldown, and essentially you get to the point where you're saying, alright, if I want to move at all from where I am, you know, just sitting here helplessly, I'm going to have to use something else. The other thing is we have absolutely no way to fire up and down on the Y-axis at all with any of those moves. I mean, the closest you get is Lancer, and oh, guess what? That is a cube. So you'll get yelled at if you ever shoot off your X-axis, essentially, as a launcher. That's just the way it works. So I basically explained to him in not so many words that launchers do not have any good non-cube moves. I stand behind that argument. We really don't. We can deal little damage. It's hard to see on a little guy like this, but you fight somebody who's got... it was funny, too, because this weapon master had absurd pluses on his gear. But you fight somebody with really high pluses on their gear, and you'll find that you just can't crack it. Even a fully charged laser will probably do maybe a fifth of their health, and that's if you hit them. And if you've tried to hit people in 3 minutes with as many fully charged lasers as you can, while they are avoiding it and doing everything they can to hurt you, you'll know that getting 10 or 12 of them off is really not going to win you the fight. This kind of damage is just pathetic. Maybe all of this that I'm doing right now up to here, that was maybe one laser, and then that's the second, and he'll have so much HP, he'll fly off the screen, so you get that. So that is 10% of his health, which means you need to do the laser combo, like I showed in the other video. You need to do that 10 times in order to hurt him. Now, say he's above you, trolling your blind spot here, you can't do anything. Bam! That is one laser, so that is 10% more. So, I mean, we're talking about huge amounts of HP that you have to cut through. So here is Ventara's rules for fighting people. One, you probably won't like mine if you're just, you know, in there to win the game. One of my biggest things is I like every game to be close no matter who I'm fighting. So I won't use my full skill against people who don't do well. Like if I fire a Stare and a Gatling gun and they have like about the health Dale has left right now, I will just go into like random mode. I'll start doing this randomly, I'll stand next to them and shoot behind them. Like I'll do something to kind of give them a chance but still not stop damaging them, you know, throw a couple of cannonballs, do some sliding. I'll think about moves that I never get to use and try to set them up, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to do a barbecue into Fire Pillar, and so I'll do that. You know, just for fun. Because you really, if you're already winning by that much, it's not really fun to just continue and stomp them out of the room. You gracefully finish, you know, you let them get a few hits in, you see what their ability is. Because I'm sure they have some skill. They just, you know, they lack the gear. Sometimes they lack the skill. But it's nice to let them do what they can, and then gracefully, you know, when they die, you just kind of back out of the room and you say, all right, well, that was fun. I will look for somebody more my speed. But should you be fighting somebody like Dale here, Dale doesn't have level 45 skills, so it's really not. I'd say it really is mean for me to do like an extruder to him. He doesn't have his 45 skill, and there's no way for him to really have the armor. Level 50 is when you get the armor for PvP. He doesn't really have the armor to withstand that kind of force. So I would say if you're fighting somebody below level 50, be nice to them. Maybe no cubes would be a good idea. Use a missile if you have to, because, I mean, they might have really good gear. If they have really good gear and you can't break it, and they're doing this kind of thing where you just can't get to them, I have never been yelled at for a nuke. It takes forever to come down. You used to be able to see where it came from. That played a big part in not getting yelled at, but even now, I would be shocked to be yelled at over a nuke. They got horribly nerfed. They're one of the worst moves in the game now. I have full rank. That is a lot of SP I wasted on that thing. It's at rank, it looks like 18, so I think I put 17 ranks into that. And I'm a PvE hybrid, and it's a decent move in both PvE and PvP, so I'm keeping it for now. But I'm also waiting, there's a patch coming at some point that's going to buff all those moves that got really destroyed in the last patch. I think it's a 30% flat boost to nuke or something like that. So anyway, I'm just holding on for old time's sake. It's a lot of damage, even if it's really low gain. It's kind of like Lancer, which you never see me use.